the clapper. You never do the clapper. I do the clapper.
This is still the Wonder Ball.
Oh, the Wonder Ball is so fun.
That was fun.
You should really. You just clap it. I don't think anyone ever reads it.
I read it. Take one.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are? What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder. How come the sky sometimes hides behind the clouds? Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always keep on pouring down when it's gray outside? It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Ooh, I wonder.
What do you say? Take something?
Yeah, they say Q&A. Take one.
Q&A. Take one.
This is our first ever Q&A. I'm Christine, and this is Joel, also known as the Nowtographer. And we are Wild and Precious Now, and we're really glad that you're here. First question that I thought was nice to start with.
Okay.
We often start this way, actually. Is how are you? How was your day?
I'm pretty good. How about you? How are you?
I'm well. It was a very busy day. It was a busy day at work, and I cut out a ton of lamination today at work. It's actually kind of a funny story, and because you know how lamination sticks to you, it's like static cling or whatever. I was walking around, and apparently I had a giant piece of lamination on my back, and the kids were giggling. They're like, "Your butt is shiny." So it took me a minute, as all things sort of do. At the end of a Monday. Sure. It was a rough
Actually,
day.
it's a Wednesday, friend. Not even a Monday.
See, that's what I'm saying. Yes. But yeah, so that was fun. All right, so the next question, I'm very excited to hear your answer to this.
My question is for you. It says, where do you shop for your clothes?
So I shop for my clothes. I really like shopping local, so I have a few boutiques that I love. This dress is actually from Boutique in York. Elizabeth, and I'll put the link below. And there's a lot of boutiques in Lancaster that I love, and then I try to dig in the back of my closet, and I also rent stuff sometimes, so I'm trying to have less things.
That's awesome.
So I don't really have a good answer. I shop everywhere. So this one I just thought we should get to it because several people did ask, are you very close to your sister Lauren, and what is your favorite and least favorite thing about her? So it's my sister Lauren, I guess that's who we're talking about. I am very close to my sister Lauren. Some people would say nauseatingly close in that we never fight. But did you fight with your siblings growing up?
I feel like I might have.
So we've almost never had an argument. We've had 2. And both times they were honestly my fault. And I was we were adults by the time they happened. Actually, the second one wasn't my fault. The one at Ryan's wedding, that was kind of your fault. But I think you were feeling stressed. The limo broke down. There was a lot of things.
Oh,
and the first one was my fault. I was pregnant with Lena, and I think I called her a terrible name. What's that? I called her the Antichrist. Or I said are you trying to be it's terrible. I was very sick and pregnant, and there was a lot of stress in life at that moment. But except for those 2 times, the other one was about easy pass. We never fight. We really love each other, and I think our age difference and the fact that we have different moms who live together plays a big role in that. But so I love my sister Lauren. I adore her. We are crazy close. We have this thing where we don't want to go a month ever without seeing each other, so we don't live in the same state. So we've been really good at that, which is awesome. We have a bunch of stuff coming up. And my favorite thing and least favorite thing about her, my least favorite thing about her is easy. It's that she lives not next door. That would be my least favorite thing about her. She should really live next door. But she doesn't, so that's not great. That's it though. And my favorite thing about her is like that she's my sister, because that means I have access to her and we share all the memories, and like that's pretty cool. So yeah, so that's Lauren. I know a lot of people that watch us love her, and we don't blame you, right?
No, she's pretty fantastic.
I think she's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Well, we're very different, so it's like interesting. Sometimes I think it throws people off.
Yes.
How smart are you? I feel like that's an odd question. How do you answer that question?
I think it's not a matter of how smart you are as much as how much you're willing to learn.
I think you're brilliantly smart, just for the record.
Okay.
I do, and I think you're smart in the way that like, because I've never heard you say I don't know in like a definitive like, it's more like I don't know yet, or like let me figure that out.
The thing is though, like it's also like smart isn't just like book smart, which I think you have in spades. But I think the thing that's like out of this world is like your emotional and social intelligence. Like you connect with people. What? That's the truth.
No, that's very kind. I think I do see what you're saying. Like, you know how you meet people that are like really like savvy, or like they're smart in ways that you're like, why do you know that? Or like, how did you know to do that or think that? All right, next question.
This one's for you.
Are you sure?
Positive. It says, how do you do all the things? And if you want, we can like list some of things you do. Like you're a mother, you're a teacher, you're a YouTuber, you're a friend, you're a producer, you're all the things. How do you do them? Oh.
I love and hate this question. I love it because I like to do all the things that I want to do. And so that's kind of awesome that I get to do so many things that I love. I do love that about being a grown-up. But I also think it's like a huge misconception, especially that's like fueled by social media, that anybody is like doing all the things or having all the things. So there's like a lot of things I do that are different, and like I write for a magazine, and I have a full-time job, and I'm a mom, and like all those things. And then obviously like Wild Parts Now, which is super fun. But I feel like those things honestly don't take as much time from my life as some of the things that women I admire do regularly. Like, there are people that go to the gym for like an hour a day. I never go to the gym. I think that's how I can do all the things. Because I'm just content to like not go to the gym. I think it's part of it. And like I don't get my nails done. That's like an hour of my life every week. Do you get your nails done?
Not anymore.
No.
Trying to do the things.
All right. See, so there's like a lot of things I don't do, so that I can do the things that are really important to me, like being here for things that matter to my kids, and like being here to just plug in with my family. I did do a whole Facebook and Instagram thing about this because we got this question once before.
Yeah.
And honestly, my real answer is that the things I do, it's because I have a great support system, like you. Because you do so many of these things. But my husband Andy and my mom and like my family and like just everyone's awesome at picking up slack when there's a lot going on. So that's how I do all the things. I have a great group of people, and I don't do all the things. So it's like a nice answer. Where is your favorite place that you've traveled? Oh. I love traveling. It's hard because I feel like I categorize everything. It's like my favorite place I've traveled locally versus like my favorite places like overseas. The best vacation that I've taken in a long time though was the summer.
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
That was amazing. We all like the whole family, and then like we had friends, and we all went, and it was awesome. That was a great trip.
Yeah, it was.
I would do that again. Punta Cana is up there on the list for me. Wow.
Fantastic.
What is a must-see for people visiting Lancaster? So here's the thing. I love Lancaster. And when I was young and my mom and I first settled here, and like the rest of my family was still in mostly New York, a few people were in New Jersey, I was like not a fan of Lancaster because I thought of like the horse and buggy like farm Lancaster, and that was it. What's funny is I really love the farm Lancaster now. Like I'm driving in the farmlands, and like I just appreciate it in such a different way. So I get why tourists like come for that.
Sure.
But I feel like one of my favorite things in Lancaster is the cultural experience, especially in the downtown area. There are so many amazing restaurants and art galleries and like shops, and it's just, I think the downtown area with like Central Market and Gallery Row and like all the coffee shops, like that's something I think most people that visit Lancaster maybe wouldn't see. The Fulton Opera House, like it's just like magical. You can catch shows from like various different theater companies, and it's just, I don't know, it's like a little version of like a big metropolitan city. Yeah. So if you're coming to Lancaster, hit me up, I'll tell you all my favorites, but I just need categories like food or art, shopping, art, like entertainment, because there really is there's so much to do. People that visit, especially my family, like they're always shocked by how much there is to do. What's your favorite place to go? So it's like trying to figure out what this was, like if this is like a what's your favorite place to go period, and like I think I might be here. Like I really like being home. I think people don't guess that about me, but I really love to be home. Well, you know that I love to be at home. It's just like I love my home and it's comfortable, and I like love filling it with people I love, but I really like to be home. Places to go, like outside of home, I love like coffee shops and bookstores and libraries and
I feel
anywhere
like
new.
A place that's not too crowded, but also still novel. And with good lighting, preferably. Like when we were down, remember DC? We visited that church. That was so magical.
That was amazing.
And like it was like a beautiful experience.
Yeah, I do love seeing new things. I also love going back to familiar places and like finding things we didn't see before. Like remember we were at the Lancaster Public Library, finding the like hidden rooms, and we were just like, what is happening here?
There's some labyrinths.
Yeah, it was really cool. There's big windows. And, so I love going all the places, but I also really love being home. What do you teach and do you like it? So we have different answers. I mean, we both like it.
I think, right?
I would say we love it.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, good.
Love it, love it, love it. We'll never leave it. So I teach second grade, which is awesome. I teach all the things in second grade, which is also awesome. Yeah, and I don't just like it, I love it. I mean, I like it, but I love it.
I teach all the kids. So I have first grade through fourth grade, and I teach them technology and like just more 21st century like preparation. Like we do 3D printing, we do design thinking, we solve complex problems, coding, robotics.
Your job's super cool.
I get to like nerd out all day long. It's kind of the best.
Pretty sick gig.
Yeah. So I love it too. It's fantastic.
And again, I think that leads into the other question. How did you guys meet? I'm gonna let you tell it. It's like, I think you tell it better than me.
So I was a long-term sub at the school first, and the lady I was working with was showing me around to introduce me to the faculty, and I met you. And I think you were introduced as Christine, and you turned to me and said, "You may call me Mrs. Halliday," which honestly was like the coldest greeting I had gotten that entire day.
Which is awful. I don't even remember saying that.
Which is okay. I mean, we're still friends. We made it through. I don't know.
I was like very pregnant with Connor. I think I was just maybe in a grumpy mood. I don't remember. I don't know why I would ever even say that.
I mean, I still call you Mrs. Halliday.
You do at work. It's weird.
Yeah, it's important. I realize it's really important to you.
I really have no recollection of this, but you've been telling me for years, so I'm sure it's true.
Oh, it definitely, because honestly, everyone else is like, "Oh, it's so great to meet you. That's awesome. Welcome to the team."
I'm Bob. I'm Sue.
Yeah, and it's Mrs. Halliday, please.
I'm sorry, that's so weird.
I mean, it's cool. I'm a fan.
Was I trying to be funny?
No.
I don't know. It's super weird.
No.
Well, you really don't call me anything, so it doesn't. You're just like, hey.
Hey.
Friend.
I call you friend a lot. Ask Mustafa. He'll tell you all about
it.
Friend.
I don't know, but that was 11 years ago.
That's like, feels like yesterday.
I know. That's really crazy.
It's nuts.
So, cheers to friends that start by calling each other Mr. and Mrs. something. What was your very first job?
My very first job was in a library. I worked in the Towanda Public Library, and I would shelve books and shelf read and help out, and it was like a great job. I loved it.
Oh, That was a great job.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get Eileen into a
I
library.
really think it'd be a good fit.
I think so too. My friend Maria's first job was in the library.
Oh yeah? You and library friends.
I know, what is that? I'm drawn to library friends.
It's your logophile nature.
My first job, which I think is really funny, and so does my mother, was on an Amish farm. And I actually did my job title was the transplanter, and it was like a really sad sort of job. Like I sat in this barn and I pulled the little seedlings that had sprouted from the little flats, and I dug holes with this tool and then transplanted them into the bigger flats, and I would stack them on this thing, and then they would keep bringing me just moved plants from one small pot of dirt to bigger pots of dirt. I did that, and you just sit there. They actually had a table, a little wooden table for it. So you sit there and just transplant it for hours, running a switchboard, but there were no phones and there was no electricity. Yeah. Then eventually, the farmer's daughter would come into the barn where I was, and so I eventually got a good job. I got to hang out with the kids and help with the kids. But I also did some harder work, hoeing in the in the fields, which sounds like 21st century weird, but it's hard work, pulling weeds, and it was really hard, hot work. But my boss was awesome. He was a really nice guy. It was a bunch of young people that worked on the farm, and I was such a city kid, so it was just the most bizarre job ever. But that was my first job, and then everything after that usually dealt with kids. I was either working at summer camps or after school programs or homeschool associations, that kind of work. So, or writing, some journalism work early on too.
Talented, right from the get-go.
So, where do you go to think, friend? Oh, that was a good question.
I like to go for hikes. I think that's a good time for me to unpack and process my week and think and But I think all the time.
I think you think all the time.
My metacognition.
Nice. You're thinking about your thinking.
Churning. Yeah, I feel I get inspiration in the most random, making coffee. All of a sudden, oh, we should do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I feel I need quiet to really think, and my life isn't always quiet. Although I've been trying to really curate it to be a little more quiet. But when the weather was nice, for the longest time, I used to climb out the guest room window and sit on the roof and think there. It's nobody would ever come looking for me there. And it was just this little patch of roof. Well, it is just this little patch of roof, and it's right above the tree line. So people are walking and talking and outside, walking their dogs, and they don't notice me. It's kind of beautiful and magical place to go and think. And I also think in my car really well. If I have a commute, which I do have a commute, or I'm driving for any reason, I can think pretty well in my car. Alright, the next section of questions were all questions about YouTube. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready
so
for
you're
it.
Here for the YouTube
Let's
questions.
do it.
We got you. How long does it take you to edit a video?
Depends on the video. Rule of thumb is around about an hour for every minute of video. Is approximately.
Feels so crazy, doesn't it?
A little bit crazy. Some videos go faster, some take longer. If there's a problem, the problem with the audio or something, but I'm I obsess over it and start fiddling and trying to get it as good as possible.
You do.
Yeah, I prefer it to be perfect.
I think that's why they're so good, though. They keep getting better.
We're trying.
Yes.
Definitely losing growth mindset.
All right, what's your editing process like? I love this question. I love our editing process. It's come a long way. But I'll give the non-technical side of it.
Do it.
Okay, so basically before the shoot, we usually talk about our vision and what we kind of want to see happen, or shots we've seen that we want to try, or things we thought about that were it'd be cool to catch the way the light goes to the weed at that field, or whatever. I love that part of what we do.
Yeah.
And then from there, we do the shoot and see what happens, and then we usually kind of write out how we want it to look when it's finished. And then you take all this raw footage and you come over with something that's assembled into a story, which is mind-blowing in and of itself. I don't know what happens, it's Magic Wandy over there. And then you come over here and usually put your earbuds in and work. And my favorite part of the process is how I could be like cooking dinner and there's like neighbor kids in the house and like whoever's around will like come look over your shoulder and you always stop and show like what we have so far. And everybody gives their input. It always feels like kind of a group effort.
Definitely.
I feel like it's your hardest work, I know that. True story. But like everybody kind of chimes in, gives their 2 cents. Sometimes we don't want it. Like too much. Like neighborhood kids. Mom. No, I'm kidding. I love mom.
We love mom.
But like, yeah, whoever's like around, always Andy and the kids.
Yes.
But like anybody else that happens to be at the house, we tend to like chime in. And then we have like a finished product and it's like super refined and like exactly what we want. All right, what's the best part of creating content? This is from Sammy. She said, P.S. I love you. Sammy is a new friend that we made through this venture. We're only internet friends as of now. But Sammy, I love you too. Thank you for sending in questions. The best part of creating content, I feel like the best part of creating content is living the content. Like the fact that we are like just kind of living our life, and sometimes that's just what it is. Other times we're like meeting people that are inspirational to us and like telling their story. But it's the living the content that's my favorite part. Like the finished product is beautiful, but it's like everything that we did leading up to that. That's kind of my favorite.
No, absolutely. I think the awareness you get, like as a photographer, you're always looking for like good light and like trying to kind of good story and trying to like capture it. And it just becomes like a mindset that like, it's beautiful and it's powerful and it's great.
What's the next video going to be about? So we have a couple different things in the works. One of them is a local story about a social enterprise called the Reunion Food Truck. The short version is that it's a soul food truck that is doing its part to help people like find a pathway out of poverty, which I think is really awesome. How do you come up with ideas for videos? Some of it is just like what's happening in life and like the things we're learning or the things that are impacting us, and other times just like the people that we're meeting. We meet people all the time that are so inspirational and like passionate about all kinds of different things and making a difference in different ways. And so the stories just unfold from there.
I think the biggest thing is just like having like your eyes open and your heart open and like being aware of the world around you.
Yep, just
like,
paying attention.
Yeah, there's stories everywhere.
No, I agree. It's crazy. Who is the YouTuber you most enjoy watching?
Wild and Precious None. Without a doubt. I think I watch their videos hundreds of times.
Yeah, I watch a lot of
they're even like early.
All the views are our own, actually.
Oh no. We're making this for us.
Come on, you have better answer that.
I love watching a lot of YouTube and I usually nerd out over it. I feel like YouTube is a really great place to learn all kinds of things.
Sure.
But obviously right now we're focusing on like photography, cinematography, like video production.
So right now I've been watching a lot of Is Harris. I really like her. I like Peter.
Peter McKinnon,
Peter.
he's great.
Lavender.
Manny Ortiz, Sean Tucker, like.
Obviously I watch my sister Lauren. Ravello. I like their
shout out
stuff.
to Ravello.
Yeah, for sure. Dan Mace. I love Dan Mace. Anything like button poetry I watch. Daniel Diarco. You hooked me up with him.
His stuff's awesome. Yeah,
I really like his stuff. I love watching old Casey Neistat. Like not that I don't like his new stuff, I do, but I also like could sit and binge some of the really old stuff.
Or Sam Colder is good.
Yeah, lots of cool people. I don't know if I forgot anybody, probably.
That's
Elle.
okay. There were more out there.
I love Elle.
What is your fave episode of WPN so far, and why?
This is hard, because I love them all. I said it's like choosing between my children, which I would never do. Ever. If I had to, I would look at their rooms and see whose room is cleaner. I'm kidding. I could never choose. I love my children. Because I love them all.
I do feel like every episode, when we like do that whole review process, it's like, oh, this is the best one yet. It's totally my favorite.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it's like, it's never getting better all the time.
Who or what inspired you to be a YouTuber or make a YouTube channel? It's hard.
She's inspiration.
Oh.
You are!
Brad. I think people think it's Lauren, which makes sense. I think she made it seem accessible to like do this or something and get past my imposter syndrome. But the truth is that like my friends at Make kind of got me going with it. Like I would never have dreamed of doing this. I was binge watching a show that's was produced by a local film company here called Make Films. Check them out, they're awesome. And they knew I was super fangirl in the show. They invited me to be on the show one time. The episode did well, it was fun. And like, then next thing I know, I'm having coffee with this producer and we're like, if you had a YouTube channel, what would you do? And they helped us get started, but I think they're the ones that kind of like got me going on it.
Absolutely.
And then like, I think you're the one that got me to stick with it. So I was kind of like, I don't know. It's like, this is what I should be doing with my one wild and precious life.
Well, we put that to rest.
Me too, it's fun.
It's a lot of fun.
For now, it's fun.
For now. See where it goes.
We'll probably do it for a long time, I have a feeling.
I hope. What does success look like for WPN?
This is from your brother.
Toby,
Yeah.
this one's for you.
Yeah, it's a good question. It's really deep. I feel the weight of this one.
Am I answering it first then?
Sure. It's your brother. Family. Go.
So I feel like WPN has evolved. And it's like ever evolving. So I think our success is ever evolving as well. I know that when we decided last year to like, we're gonna still produce WPN and we're gonna make it our own and we're gonna do it our way and like figure things out. And like, we appreciate you guys being patient with us as we're learning and creating.
Sure.
For me, success looks like creating content. So every video we put out is like a new success. And it's like a new like milestone of like, this is our wild and precious life. This is like our leaving our mark on the world and our stamp. We talked really early, there's no number, there's no goal, there's no like, this is the thing we're shooting for. It's just, I feel like it's a matter of constantly improving.
Yeah.
Our success is to be better than we were for the last episode.
Yeah. I love that we've been really clear that we don't want to like make this our job.
No.
It's definitely not
No.
meant to be a job. It's just, it's fun and it's important to us and we love it. I feel like if we're still having fun, we're still having fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh goodness,
Yeah.
yeah. And like, it's resonating with people. Like I love the messages and the comments that we get from people, the friends that we've made along the way. And I feel like that feels like success to me. Like it matters. I'm learning.
Yeah.
We're having a good time.
All the good things.
Yeah. But I'm going to keep thinking about it.
What do you
Because it
think
feels like
success would look like?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Toby,
You're going to comment below.
let us know. How do you talk to your kids about WPN and why it's important to you?
Okay, so I'm not sure if you mean like the channel or like Wild Precious Now as like a philosophy, but if you mean the channel, that one's always been easy. Like I feel like both my kids love that we do this and they are like our little advisors because they're way bigger YouTube consumers than we could ever be.
Yes.
We don't take all their advice, much to their chagrin. I feel like they love that we're doing this. They love being a part of it. They love helping. But as for the philosophy of like Wild and Precious Now, I feel super responsible as a mom, especially as my kids are getting older, to kind of instill the value of living in the moments that you're in, but also like really, really approaching life and moments with like intentionality and curiosity and empathy and trying to learn from the different situations that come up and also trying to make a difference, trying to make an impact in your life. And so that philosophy is something I'm ever looking for ways to instill in my kids and to show them that I'm always working on as well. And I feel like the channel's kind of evidence of that for them, like to see that I'm like I mean this, like I take it really seriously. Like it matters to me that we listen to and share stories and that we are living in the moments and appreciating them. And I hope that they look back on it and they're grateful to have the footage. I know I'm grateful for the footage I have of like my dad and the pictures with my mom. Like I also like love that they're kind of growing up on camera in a small way. So that's kind of cool. They talked me into keeping with it when I almost quit, and that was fun. And so here we are. All right, inspirational. What's the book that changed your life? Do you want me to do it?
Yes!
I feel like every book I read changes my life a little because like otherwise if it's not changing me, I usually abandon it and put it down. Like everything you read like even the kids' books I read to my students and to my own children, like, I don't know, they change you. They like make you think about something differently. I do like reading like nonfiction, and like books about like leadership or about vulnerability. Love Brene Brown, and just like, yeah, I think every book I read changes my life a little.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think I remember reading Hatchet in 5th grade.
That's a good one.
That was a great book.
Yeah.
I feel like it changed my life because I felt like empowered to overcome obstacles. And then like as an adult reading like The Martian, or like sciencing our way through things.
Yeah.
Or there's another one, Harness the Wind.
Oh yeah. You told me
And that was
I didn't
like
read that
super inspirational as well. So I feel like fuel that like helped me turn forward.
Yeah, I love Big Magic, Elizabeth Gilbert. I feel like that changed me as a creative, like in the way I see creating. I think all books change you.
All books.
Yeah, Great Joy, Katie Camillo.
How do you come up with the lessons and themes in our videos?
Do I come up with them all by myself?
I guess we do it together. Oh, thanks.
Oh yeah. My kids are always telling me I don't know how to like just hear a story without finding like a message in it, or just tell a story, which if you're like my kid, I think that's probably really annoying.
Sure.
Yeah, but I just feel like I'm learning in everything that happens something, and like something always sort of resonates to me personally, and so whatever that is like what we usually choose to
come back
talk
to that.
Yeah.
Okay, lightning round.
All right, lightning round. What are you reading right now?
A screen with questions that people posted.
Same. The new Brene Brown, Dare to Lead.
That'd be the one.
That's what I'm listening to right now.
Same.
And I'm loving it. What's your favorite poem? I love anything by Pablo Neruda. What's your favorite show? 1, 2, 3.
Designated Survivor!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's a good show.
Amazing.
It's really
awesome.
good. I'm enjoying it.
Definitely check it out.
Yeah.
All right. Winter or summer?
I like winter, but I think summer because there's more time.
Sure. Like, I like all the seasons, but summer.
Yeah, I do like having 4 seasons. I wouldn't want to live somewhere where you didn't have them.
Introvert, extrovert?
What I didn't know what this meant. Is it like what are you, or is it what you prefer?
Well, let's first start with what are you?
Yes.
That means ambivert.
Yeah, I think I'm both.
She's both. I think I'm definitely more the introvert side.
Star Wars or Star Trek? Yes.
Star Trek.
Why does everyone want people to take sides on this? You can love them both. They are different.
I mean, they are very different, and I enjoy them both. But if we have to like rank them, if we're required to like say which one we like more, live long and prosper.
I grew up on Star Wars, so I'll choose the other side. I'll choose the dark side of the Force.
Maybe we could be a symbol of how people can still coexist, even though having such stark differences. Oh!
If you didn't like Star Wars, I might like really like
What's not to like about Star Wars?
All right. And I
if
love
you didn't
Star
like
Trek.
Star Trek, I'd probably feel equally confused.
I think you can love them all.
Yes. Is that it?
That's it. Thanks so much for being here with us tonight. We appreciate your questions, and we appreciate you paying attention to our answers.
Yes.
And we hope you're making the most of your one
wild and precious now.
Yeah, right now.
Go do it.
Bye, guys. That was fun. My tea's still blue, look.
It's got little photos in there.
Yeah, but I feel like it's edible because they're leaves.
Okay.
Dinosaurs eat leaves.
Dinosaurs eat leaves? Is that what you base your like
No, they also eat people if you watch movies, so no, let's not go with that. I'm not gonna eat.